We often find ourselves caught in the grip of guilt, a heavy, unshakable feeling, even when the events are clearly beyond our sphere of influence. This isn't merely a character flaw or an emotional overreaction, but a deeply wired psychological mechanism, a byproduct of our innate need for control and predictability. Think of the ancient human, where understanding cause and effect was paramount for survival. Attributing agency, even false agency, to unpredictable natural phenomena provided a sense of mastery, however illusory. This cognitive shortcut, while once adaptive, now leaves us wrestling with the consequences of a world that frequently defies our will, leading to what some psychologists term survivor's guilt or observer's guilt, where we internalize the suffering of others as our own failure to intervene, despite the logical impossibility of doing so. It's a testament to the persistent echo of our evolutionary past, where the line between personal responsibility and cosmic indifference was far blurrier, and the desire to prevent harm, even when impossible, felt like a moral imperative. Our brains are masterful storytellers, constantly weaving narratives to make sense of the world, and sometimes these narratives assign causation where none exists. This phenomenon, known as the illusion of control, is a cognitive bias where we overestimate our ability to influence outcomes that are objectively random or determined by external forces. Consider the gambler who believes their ritualistic dice throw somehow sways the odds, or the sports fan who thinks their specific jersey ensures their team's victory. When a negative event occurs, this ingrained tendency to find a reason or a cause often turns inward, leading us to believe that if only we had acted differently, however irrationally, the outcome might have changed. This isn't about logical deduction, it's about the emotional discomfort of randomness, the human psyche's desperate attempt to impose order on chaos, even if that order comes at the cost of self-blame. Beyond individual cognitive biases, societal expectations and moral frameworks deeply influence our experience of guilt, even for things we cannot control. We are social creatures, constantly observing and internalizing the unwritten rules of our communities, which often emphasize personal responsibility and the capacity to prevent harm. When a tragedy strikes, the immediate impulse, both within ourselves and from others, is often to ask what could have been done differently or who is to blame. This external pressure, whether explicit or subtly implied, can reinforce the internal narrative of culpability, pushing us to shoulder burdens that are not ours. It's a powerful feedback loop. Our innate desire to maintain a positive self-image and conform to perceived moral standards clashes with the harsh reality of an unpredictable world, resulting in a guilt that serves no productive purpose, only to weigh us down. The tendency to feel responsible for things outside our control might also be an evolutionary hangover, a mechanism that once served to foster group cohesion and proactive behavior. In early human societies, collective responsibility was crucial for survival. A threat to one was a threat to all, and anticipating potential dangers, even remote ones, was a valuable trait. This hypervigilance, coupled with the need to maintain social standing, could have ingrained a predisposition to take responsibility, even when individual agency was limited. If a member of the tribe was harmed, others might feel a collective guilt, prompting them to learn from the event and prevent future occurrences, regardless of direct causation. It's an echo of a time when the boundaries of individual action and collective consequence were far more fluid, and where a diffuse sense of responsibility, however illogical in modern contexts, contributed to the group's overall resilience and survival. Recognizing the roots of this irrational guilt is the first step towards untangling ourselves from its grip. The solution lies not in suppressing the feeling, but in a deliberate cognitive reframing where we actively challenge the narratives our brains construct. This involves consciously separating what we can genuinely influence from what we cannot, understanding that intent and actual consequence are often distinct. It's about accepting the inherent randomness of the universe and our limited capacity to control every variable. By cultivating a more realistic assessment of our personal agency and practicing self-compassion, we can gradually diminish the power of this unwarranted guilt, replacing it with a healthier perspective that acknowledges both our responsibilities and the vast ocean of events beyond our reach.